Now, a couple of other thoughts and plans for the future. I mentioned we might be doing something with my Wabi Thunder, so definitely stay tuned for that. At some point, I would like to get a metal road bike or a metal all-road bike. I mentioned a few times the Blackheart All Road Ti looks like a great bike, very versatile, very nice looking bike, very expensive, but it is titanium, so you get what you pay for. But I was also looking at the Ritchey Road Logic in Sally's Macaroon, or they have this new gray color, just because I find that 32mm tires, believe it or not, don't hold me back as much as I thought, even compared to a 38mm tire. So if I'm okay riding this Wabi Classic on gravel and I find it doesn't hold me back, maybe at some point I will move to something like a Ritchey Road Logic with rim brakes. Rim brakes are great. They're simple, they're easy to maintain, but you can't run super wide tires. And if you're riding in the rain a lot, you're gonna be scraping away your wheels and you're gonna spend a lot of time sanding your brake pads down and cleaning your wheels. However, you don't need to be like me and keep a bleed kit on hand with hydraulic fluid all the time. Just a pair of cutters and a pair of Allen keys and you're good to go. You could literally just fix it on the side of the road. When most people compare rim brakes to disc brakes, they compare road style caliper brakes like this, like you see on this bike, versus hydraulic style disc brakes that you see on this bike. I would like to try cable actuated rim brakes, high end ones like TRP Spires, and put some nice Jaguar compressionless cables. It'd be super interesting to see how those really hold up, because if those can get you 95% of the power of disc brakes, then the maintenance option, it being too complicated, that argument doesn't hold water. You can still do everything with a set of Allen keys and a pair of cutters and just replace your brake cable once in a while, rather than keeping a bunch of rather than keeping a bleed kit, a bunch of fluid, a bunch of these syringes, and then having to worry about it going all over your carpeted floor in your apartment. That may take care of a lot of the complexity of the maintenance on hydraulic disc brakes. So maybe I'll build up a Blackheart All Road Ti and I'll source something like a 105 or Ultegra 11-speed mechanical set that comes with rim brakes, and I'll just swap it out for TRP Spires and see how it does. Since with disc brakes you can run carbon wheels, you can run aluminum wheels, you don't have to worry about grinding your wheels away when you're riding in the rain, whereas something like rim brakes, you are. A note on riding in the rain, I always like to take the disc brakes out in the rain, or if there's a chance of the rain. I don't typically ride in the rain though. I don't look outside and say, ooh, it's raining, I'm gonna go get out there. But it's just nice to have the option. If you like riding a single speed bike like the Wabi, one workaround you could do is actually ride it as a fixed gear style bike. That way when it does rain, you can do a lot of the slowing down and stopping with just your feet. I would always recommend still run brakes just for emergency stops and actually stopping, so you don't destroy your knees or hit something because you can't stop in time. But way back when I rode this bike as a fixed gear, there were a couple of rides that I just barely even touched my brakes. I just touched them for short stops once or twice in a 10-mile ride. And that was with both front and rear brakes and no foot retention at all, mind you. I do enjoy riding a single speed bike that you can actually coast. I don't mind using the brakes, but if I was commuting in all weather, I would seriously consider going back and riding this bike as a fixed gear. So those are just a couple of closing thoughts. Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.